Okay, so I'm gonna upload this video for my notes. Anybody that wants to learn about batteries, 12-volt batteries, and I'm dealing with the bus and the RV batteries, the 12-volt batteries and the chargers. So, but I wanted to, now that I understand most of it, I wanted to simplify it and put it in a video for my notes. So, the three types of batteries that we might deal with a charger. We won't deal with all three, but I'm dealing with two kinds. The lead acid flooded battery, which is the regular old school battery, and then the gel battery. And yeah, actually, yes, it's three kinds. And then the AGM batteries. So I'm working with three, right? Those three types of batteries. The only thing is that they, in the charger, they consider the AGM and the flooded battery, the lead acid battery, they consider them the same. So they charge under the same parameter. That's why, in my head it was only two kind, but it's really three kind because they are slightly different. So number one thing that I learned this week is that all batteries do need a smart charger. It doesn't matter if it's your daily driver. Every once in a while, you need to put that battery on a smart charger. The reason is that a smart charger is going to take it to absorption stage. The smart charger has three stages, right? Bulk, which is when it pumps, it pushes all those amps into the battery to bring it up to the high voltage. Once it reaches that high voltage, which your alternator will never do, but once the smart charger gets that battery to reach, in the case of AGM and flooded batteries, once it gets it to reach 14.5 volts, it's gonna switch. The smart charger is gonna switch to absorption mode or absorption stage. And what that's gonna do is gonna keep the battery for several hours at 14.5 volts. And what that's gonna do, it's gonna do like some type of internal cleaning, let's just say, right? It's not technically that, but you have to put it in your head that it's kind of that's the most important maintaining part of a battery. Now, if the charger cannot get up there, it's even gonna let you know that something went wrong, because it really wanted to take this battery to 14.5 and keep it up there 3 to 4 hours. And then after that, if it's successful, after the 4 hours, it'll let go and go into float mode, right? And so at float mode, it stays at 13.4 volts. And at that rate and at that moment is acting as a converter. It's acting as a 12-volt converter, so it's just feeding the 12 volts to all your devices. And so it's keeping the battery there in backup. Unless you turn on a bunch of stuff and the voltage goes down to 12.5 on the battery, then it goes into charging mode again. So it goes into that bulk mode where it's gonna pump a bunch of electricity or amperage in there and trying to bring the voltage up to 14.5. So that's how it's gonna act. So it is a good thing to have those smart chargers hooked up all the time, as long as there's not an alternator feeding it, right? At least on the blue bus, it doesn't like it. The alternator, it tells me a red light comes up on the dashboard that says not gen, so it's like the alternator is not liking something. So, all right, let me stop here because his memory's running out.